Hey everybody, it's Brian Eisenhower with Eisenhower Coaching Consulting. Wanted to get a quick word out to you about the recent ruling at the district court, trial court level of the Burnett versus NAR ruling in the state of Missouri. So this is when the plaintiffs brought suit about this cooperative cooperation system that we have here in North America. So they brought suit against the National Association of Realtors and some, Keller Williams Home Services in America. Remax settled out. The ruling came down again for the plaintiffs against NAR. The jury verdict found that NAR and the system of this cooperative collusion, or this cooperative compensation, actually amounted to collusion, like we were antitrust. Everybody's getting together, setting commissions higher than they should be, and you constantly hear the plaintiff's attorney on all the national news now after the ruling saying, "Hey, there's other countries where they're only charging 2% and 3%, and it's outrageous how much the public is being charged, up to 5% and 6%. So I want to give some clarity about what happens next. What happens? What do we do as agents next? Well, first of all, this is only a state court ruling in Missouri, down at that level. So, that will be appealed, and NAR has actively vowed to appeal. They will appeal, and they got a decent shot because there's a decent argument here that the way we co-op and share commissions actually gets the most exposure for listings and gets them the most net proceeds. It's not all about commissions here, and not to mention commissions are shared and it's done very regularly. We don't, that's the whole system, is they're shared, so that 5 or 6% is really getting split down to 2 and 3% like other countries. So that is where I don't think that's going to change a whole lot here, but we may see some things change. It's possible. I want to talk about what those are, but we got a long way to go. We're going to appeal this one, number one, and then if that gets appealed, it could go to the Supreme Court. This is going to take some time here to sort this one out, and NAR knows how to fight, and they're going to fight, and we got a long way to go, because I really don't buy this attorney's arguments to begin with. It doesn't make sense, and I think that we just had a confused jury, which often happens. So as we move this up to people that are a little bit more adept with antitrust practices, like appellate court justices and Supreme Court justices, I think we're going to see a little bit different result, hopefully. But if not, what you can do to protect yourself at all times is just use buyer agency agreements. NAR has been trying to tell you that too. Here's why. I know we're all afraid to use them and it seems too oppressive, but that very fear is what causes lawsuits like this. You need to be very clear about how much you get paid and how you get paid, and we need to disclose that agency relationship. So if you have fear, I'm sorry, you got a license. You got to be confident. You got to be okay with explaining, here's what I expect, here's how you're going to pay me now and before, and here's when the agency is. So I think if we all just got better at that and got over ourselves and got over the fear to value our, what we charge and what we do, we probably wouldn't have these problems, right? Because there's so much confusion about commissions. We just got to get better at explaining how it works and laying it out with an agency, because that would solve all our problems if every agent did that. But they don't. NAR has said that. They've said, please use them, and we just can't get people to do it. It's something we always coach and train, and the top producers tend to use them at a high level. We just can't get the other people to disclose and have those tough conversations. So please use exclusive buyer agency agreements or any type of buyer agency agreement that outlines that working relationship very clearly and detailed to protect everyone, including our way of life, right? It really formalizes that agency relationship. Okay, so please do it, right? So that's a big one now. And then in all likelihood, what's going to come out of this? I don't think it's going to be much. You never know. But in all likelihood, we're going to see some sort of new disclosure with every sale in America that outlines how commissions are paid to everyone involved. So it's very, very clear, and it's not this confusing thing. That's not actually that bad, all those other piece of paper. We just got to do a better job explaining it, or this stuff happens. That's could happen. Probably. That's kind of been my prediction all the time. Or though, we could start to see how much commissions are paid to both the listing agent and the buyer's agent separately and publicly with every listing. That could be true. There could be some amount of disclosure there, which again isn't the end of the world. but it does break it down. Like right now, we just pay, we just show the listing agent and everybody, and no one knows how much anyone's getting paid. I think bringing all of that to the open, that probably makes us completely compliant with any, collusion rule here. It disclosures, increases transparency. That, you do those two things together with the paper and that, I think it solves a lot of our problems here. Whether we'll have to do both or either of those, I don't know. But that to me is probably the likely result in case there is not a verdict in favor of the defendant's NAR at all. So that's the idea. I think it's going to be one of those two things. That's where I think here. I know the media likes to make this up into a bigger thing, and everywhere. This is just a lower court ruling. We got a ways to go. They change all the time, and this one is real tricky, man. I think this one could certainly change around a bit too. And even if it doesn't, I think that's the worst case scenario. So guys, please don't let this distract you. We are in the business of coaching the highest producing agents, teams, and brokerages in North America. And guys, get back to business right now. We're going through a winter. Let's put our head down. Let's work on our business and grow our business, and we will adjust. We will adapt. We will let you know when it's time to do something differently, and we will prevail through it. Trust you. Don't believe the hype. Chug forward. We will make it through. All right. Hope this helps. Thanks, guys.